When you truly love someone, you don't want to last like Methuselah on top. I'm not saying you should not satisfy her. Do you know that there is a way that you will last for only 10 minutes and you can make a woman release 3 times? Men, where they allow their women, they cuddle them or they cuddle their women every night, they tend to bond stronger than those who knock their wives every night.
Interesting.
I discovered that we got married, we were not educated on intimacy. We were not educated on intercourse. We were educated on the responsibilities of a man and responsibilities of a wife. 90% of the people watching now, their parents did not sit them down to educate them on. Before you think of going deep into a woman to make her release, get in between her ears first. The woman's brain is the most important organ in her body. If you can get into a woman's brain, get in between her ears long before you get in between her legs. You treat her like a queen, you will experience rivers of Babylon in her point. Do you know 90% of the men abroad are masturbating? Because they will tell you it's difficult to find a woman abroad to knock. Some of them went there, their wives have not joined them, and the only way they get to pleasure themselves is masturbation. I have given most of them reasons to stop it, and I've told them how to stop it, and I've helped them to restore their Gbola, because my mission is Gbola Revival. Without drug, without concussion. You see, when you want to plug your pinko deep inside boyoyo, the first thing you need to do is to marinate the boyoyo. Keep it juicy. Create erosion inside the boyoyo. Do you know we actually registered the ministry? God called me to do this, bro. I have pastors who have called to ask. Pastors have booked for sessions to make their Gbola strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. First of all, if you are below 18, tell your daddy and mommy that you're about to watch something. They will ask you why. Then you show them this person's face. Today we have a phenomenal, I would say, teacher, minister, because the way he has been able to creatively pass his message is different. Normally, the topic is, it talks about is cringy, but it delivers it in a way that is very, very consumable. I would say it's not even family oriented. Ladies and gentlemen, we have today on this podcast, True Talk Niger, Mr. Coach Harrison Tito.
Boss, thank you for having me here. My people, how on a day?
Thank you for joining us today. Boss, and sharing. God the glory. We can't put money on the information that you give. And before we started recording, you said so much that if the world gets to sit with you, I don't think your name will be erased from history. They will put it up here because the topic you talk about, beyond just a family, it has a ripple effect.
So true.
Let's start from how it all started. How did you move from being a casting director, a filmmaker, to now being a coach in this?
Okay, I had a rare privilege of working with Alibaba as his executive and creative assistant. That was the point I realized that I needed to live a life of purpose because I saw how Alibaba was imparting lives. The only reason I feel Alibaba will remain relevant forever is because he's intentional and devoted to lifting people. I said, this man is a problem solver, not just a celebrity. Because before I started working with him, all I could see was a celebrity. But when I got close to working with him as his executive and creative assistant, I saw a man that was intentional about lifting others.
Okay.
So he became an inspiration. So I said, God, I'm about to clock 40. I don't want to be a fool at 40. I've struggled for many years. I've been a filmmaker. I've tried to push myself hard in the industry. Things have been rough. But now that I'm here, I'm seeing that this man is intentional about lifting people. Give me a purpose to impact lives. And the Holy Spirit clearly stated to me, identify a problem and create solution. And that's where many people get it wrong in life. They just want to do what they are passionate about. Don't follow your passion. Follow the direction of identifying a problem and creating solution. The reason Dangote is relevant today is not because he's a businessman. It is because he's identifying problems and creating solutions. Successful people identify problems and create solutions.
They don't run from it.
They don't run from it. So I said, okay, what problem do I need to identify? And I said, okay, I'm not going to focus on what is common. I'm going to go to the other side of the spectrum. But I'm going to identify a problem that people are not comfortable to talk about. I said, Holy Spirit, tell me what to do. He said, why is it that you feel marriages are crashing and some people are not talking about the real underlying issues and some pastors don't want to talk boldly about it? My mind just went straight to when I did my marriage counseling 11 years ago. So when the pastor's wife asked, when you wake up in the morning, what do you notice? I said, I'll notice that there's no light. Because they and I mean, they wake up late, because my younger ones, all of them go down wake up. If you not wake up, my mom, she go, you sharp. You go around, wake up, but because I don't grow, she not go beat me. So I was like, I'll notice there's no light. The fan will stop rolling. She said, no, what else do you notice? I'll be like, oh, I was like, I noticed that I'll be sweating because there's no light. She said, no, what else? I said, oh, are you talking about my pinko? She said, no, this is the house of the Lord. Don't mention that. I said, ma, if we can't mention it, we can't talk about it. How can we feel free to educate each other about it? What if I don't know anything about it? She said, and that's for you to go and find out and know how to do it in your marriage.
How?
She's not a bad person. She's a good person. But that is the system we found ourselves in. But what did I decide to do? I discovered that we got married. We were not educated on intimacy. We were not educated on intercourse. We were educated on the responsibilities of a man and responsibilities of a wife. But what we need to do to bond and connect, we were not told.
So that's...
It will shock you that after 11 years of marriage, even with me as a coach, I discovered that women prefer cuddling to knocking.
That's deep.
How so? If you want to get the best of a woman, cuddle her every night. Treat her like a queen, more than desiring to bang her every night. Woman not be mortar where you go to pound all the time. Sometimes a woman just wants to connect. She just wants to feel loved. Men, where they allow their women, they cuddle them or they cuddle their women every night, they tend to bond stronger than those who knock their wives every night.
Interesting.
There are some things we need to start teaching people. So when I felt the leading to start educating people on intimacy in marriage, I didn't have the courage to do it because I felt it was sensitive.
Yes.
And I told the Holy Spirit, if you want me to do this, give me your word. The Holy Spirit directed me to Exodus chapter 20, verse 14, that says, thou shalt not commit adultery. And the next thing that dropped on me was, if there is no information that guarantees satisfaction in marital institution, how can that lead to fulfillment of the commandment that says thou shalt not commit adultery? Therefore, somebody must provide information. I said, Holy Spirit, if this is what you want me to do, give me clarity. After he don't speak, the clarity I got was in 1 Corinthians, where it is written that husband and wife should meet each other's needs. If I don't know what you need, can I meet your need?
At all, you can't.
Yes, you might guess that I want to wear Timberland boots. Do you know the color I want?
Or the size?
The size? So you need to know me and hear from me to know what I want. I even need to know myself well enough to know what I actually want that can add value to me. So husband and wife, they need information. 90% of the people watching now, their parents did not sit them down to educate them on.
But
most people did guess what you expect you to become a mother and become a father. It is beyond reproduction. It's about connection. I've started teaching men to focus on connection rather than penetration. Some people just knack to release, to ease the stress they go through. But I'm beginning to tell them it is not about penetration, it's about connection. Because you can knock your woman 400 years and she will never be connected with you. And another man can talk to your woman in a bus while she's traveling. For just 5 minutes, your woman can release. But by waiting, they make woman release, not be waiting you the pound. Most men who try to get in between a woman's legs to make her release, they stress themselves. Before you think of going deep into a woman to make her release, get in between her ears first. The woman's brain is the most important organ in her body. If you can get into a woman's brain, get in between her ears long before you get in between her legs. You treat her like a queen, you will experience rivers of Babylon in Akponyonyo.
So, let me say, I mean.
So, to answer that quickly, in summary, I'll tell you, all of the convictions I got from the scripture made me know that I had a mandate to liberate families and create Gbola Revival for families to experience bliss, for wives to bond stronger, husbands to get satisfied, and for marriage to work, so that can lead to the fulfillment of the commandment that says thou shalt not commit adultery. Because if you are satisfied, you are fulfilled, you won't look out.
With this conviction, yes, you know, there are a lot of people, even Moses in the Bible, God appeared to him, do this, go and, you know, free the people from Egypt. But he was still scared. He was looking at his own lapses. What kept you going? Because I know that definitely there will be a lot of resistance. People would, even pastors, like you said, they might be watching or listening to you by the side, but openly they might not be able to associate. What has kept you going and make you, you know, leap over the resistance and hypocrisy out there?
There's a level you get to in life. It won't be about what people think anymore. Remember, I told you when I started, I was almost 40. That means I later clocked 40.
Yeah.
When you get to 20, you worry about what people think about. By the time you get to 40, you ask yourself, what will be your legacy? So at the point when I got to age 40, I decided to redefine my priorities in life, because I calculated and realized that at 40, that means it will take another 20 years to clock 60. And what will be left? So I decided to be intentional about my marriage, to prioritize the happiness of my spouse, the upbringing of my children, and fulfilling my purpose in life, which is to impact lives and leave a good legacy. So that was the encouragement I needed. But the human backing I needed was the support of my wife. I went to her, I said, please, this is what I want to do. This is what I've prayed about. This is the conviction I've gotten. If you grant me the permission, even when the Holy Spirit gave me clarity, I still needed the permission of my wife.
I agree.
I still needed her understanding, because I don't want to be the man who is saving marriages and mine will be broken. Because my wife was a pastor in the university. Her late dad, may he so rest in peace, was a reverend. And my mother-in-law, a reverend. My wife's family, they are strong Christians. So wanting to do this put me in a place where I was coming from the other side of the spectrum. But I needed a situation where I needed my wife's permission. And when I told her, she gave me a condition: be positive. If you are positive about it, if it impacts lives, I'm in support. That was all I needed. So when I had a blessing, every other person just needed to understand that I was fulfilling a purpose in life to impact lives and save marriages. Do you know how many young men, I cannot count, but there are over 100 that have stopped masturbation from my teaching and consultation? Do you know 90% of the men abroad are masturbating? Because they will tell you it's difficult to find a woman abroad to knock. Some of them went there, their wives have not joined them, and the only way they get to pleasure themselves is masturbation. I have given most of them reasons to stop it, and I've told them how to stop it, and I've helped them to restore their Gbola, because my mission is Gbola Revival. Without drug, without concussion. If anyone is listening to me now, and you have any herbal solution and enhancement, don't call me for advert. I'm not interested. I am not interested. I used to do it and I stopped it. Even if you want to pay me 100 million, I'm not interested. Do you know why? Most of these people who make herbal solutions create adverse effects for people in the long run. So it will shock you. It short term. It will shock you that when you pressure your heart to pump blood to your pinko, guess what happens? You shorten your lifespan, because you're going to create cardiovascular health issues. Do you know some of them break Viagra into their concussion?
Oh, wow. Unknown to...
Some of them, the dry herbs, they break camphor inside to remove insects from it. If you pour gin inside, guess what happens? You are going to be drinking what you don't need in your body. Then sadly, it will surprise you to know that the smallest quantity of alcohol is even toxic for your system. WHO said alcohol, even in the smallest quantity, is toxic for your body. So if I want to perform well, and for that reason, I start taking bitter this, bitter that, I start taking the things that I don't need, that will give me kidney issue, liver issue, heart issue over time. What's the point? Some of them use herbs that are so bitter, they will not add sugar, add some other things to balance it a little, so it won't be so irresistible for people. But guess what? It will shock you to know that those things make the blood to become like syrup in the blood vessel, and they affect the flow of blood. And you need proper flow of blood, as if it's like water, to your pinko to make it strong. Because the blood vessels and the tiny nerves that you need for pinko to be strong, you see the strand of your hair, it thick pass them. Just one strand thick pass them. So you don't need your blood to become thick like a syrup. That's why I tell people, run away from sugar, run away from these bitter things, run away from all of these things. Sir, a lot of men have gotten it wrong. We've been misinformed in the past. That's why I said people need to unlearn and relearn. Do you know that the way we were told on the street, educated on how to knock a woman, we were all misinformed. What I will tell you that is true. It is not about penetration. It is about connection. It is not about duration. It's about connection. You don't need to last long like Methuselah on top Moyoyo before you can deliver. It's about building connection. Because you can knock a woman 100 times and she's never with you. Never connected with
Her
you.
mind might be someplace else.
Another man might knock her once and she will feel connected for life. It's about being intentional, not about being emotional.
So, 2 questions in one. First is, how do you come up with the names of these organs that is interesting to the ears and is not offensive? And how are you able to stay out of controversy? Because how you speak and how you, lecture and coach people will make you attractive to even other women. So, how do you balance it out to ensure that, I'm just trying to aid and help your own family? Don't, how do you create that boundary?
Okay, 1, the terms I use. The Bible said wisdom is profitable to direct.
Okay.
The fact that you have good intentions does not mean you should communicate in a negative sense. Because you don't know how the other person will receive the information. How people receive information is more important than your intention. So because I don't want a woman to watch my video and feel too uncomfortable because a child is there, I decided to respect my wife's decision that I should be positive, to use terms that I feel people can relate with. It's about making it relatable, not making it abusive. So when I say moyonyo, pinko pinko, when I say liko liko or apiko, that the button on top your moyonyo, the liko liko apiko, this, you will know that this guy is saying something and you are relating with it, and that makes it interesting for you. With working with Alibaba, I learned one thing. Bringing fun into sharing vital information is the most important part of transformation for people. So that's why I try to make my education funny so that the impact can be effective. Then on the part of what I say and people wanting to show interest, you see, when you set your boundaries, respect yourself enough to stay disciplined. People will send you things. I don't take video calls unless you are the person that I know that you are decent enough to be sensible. There was a day someone called my phone. It was on video call. I didn't know. My daughter brought the phone. Thank God the phone was facing down. As she gave me the phone, I just looked at it. I just picked it. Just like that. Just next thing I saw somebody touching herself. Immediately I blocked it. And the person called back. Hey, what's up? I was like, you don't do that. Since that time, I stopped taking such calls. Then again, sadly, last week here, a woman reached out to me and said, please, I want you to help my husband. I said, I don't attend to women. Ask your husband to call me. There are some things I will tell your husband that I don't need you to know on how to satisfy you. Because how I teach people to make their erection stronger, to last longer, is without drug and without concussion. So, but I will tell him the strategies, the techniques he will use. I don't need you to know. He needs to know so that it will work for him. Because if you know, you can almost guess what he's going to do.
And you will do
So
that.
I don't need you to talk to me, tell you, say, don't worry, I'll book for the session, I'll book for the session. Do you know, this woman booked for the session because of the way she was talking, that her husband is not around, the husband went to work, this, that she needs it desperately. Again, I was like, this woman that is intentional about helping her husband to find solution. It's better I don't discourage her so that she will not go and start following another man. Let me help her. She booked for the session. And next thing, she sent a message and said, I've booked for it. Thank you, darling. When I saw darling, that was a red flag. You can't be calling me darling. I'm not your husband. I just called my wife immediately. Full disclosure. There is nothing I do online that I don't carry my wife along.
That is something to
Full disclosure is what will save you in a day of trouble. I said, see what this person they sent. She said, don't encourage it. Cut it off. Because the woman don't pay me, if I cut it off, I go be like fraudster. I said, no, I will not cut it off. What I will just do is, I need to speak with the woman's husband. And I sent a message, I want to speak with your husband. Send me his number. She eventually sent the number and I spoke to the husband. She was unhappy. And next thing she did, she blocked me. And I'm okay being blocked. Because if I'm being blocked for your marriage to work, if I'm being blocked for you not to make mistake and destroy your home, that is fulfillment for me. That is joyful for me.
So guys watching, fulfillment over any other distraction. Anything that comes in the way of your fulfillment is a distraction. Coach, what will you say to people that have these sexual issues in their home and they are too shy to talk about it, or they shy away from it?
A closed mouth is a closed destiny. You see, your sexual prowess should not affect your self-esteem. You see, lack of information can make you perform less, and anxiety can affect you. The troubles of life can also affect you. Your diet can affect you. The fact that you cannot last 2 hours does not mean you are not good in bed. It is not about duration. It's about the connection you build. When you truly love someone, you don't want to last like Methuselah on top. I'm not saying you should not satisfy her. Do you know that there is a way that you will last for only 10 minutes and you can make a woman release 3 times in 10 minutes? You can last for 40 minutes. You cannot make her release if you don't know how to do the right thing. There's what they call clitoris alignment technique.
All right. Let's have it.
This CAT, clitoris alignment technique, is one way you can easily use to make any woman release. And I will give it to you for free right now. You see, when you want to plug your pinko deep inside Boyoyo, the first thing you need to do is to marinate the Boyoyo. Keep it juicy. Create erosion inside the Boyoyo. And the way you can create erosion inside the Boyoyo is to create a high level of stimulation to build up what we call deep anticipation for penetration. So what you need to do is the cap of your pinko that should do the work for the first 5 minutes, not the full pinko. 90% of men rush to plug it in like it is a keyhole and you plug the whole key in. You don't do that. Moyoyo is not a keyhole that you rush to plug the full key in. If you want to open your door, you plug the full key in to open it. But Moyoyo is a miraculous pleasure pot that you can use to give satisfaction and get satisfaction. But you have to be intentional about placement. You see, this microphone is getting my sound clearly because I'm closer to it. Hello. Because I'm closer to it. Placement is affecting the impact of the sound. But if I go far and talk like this, you realize that the sound will not be as impactful as, hello, how are you doing? That means placement is very important. Some people don't know how to place pinko inside Totoyo to create erosion and create pleasure for the Boyoyo. So the clitoris alignment technique will require you to allow the pinko to scratch the roof or the surface of the Boyoyo. So when you go in, you are going to be sliding upward to be touching the roof or surface of the Boyoyo, like you want to use the cap of the pinko to touch the root of the abiko or liko on top of the Boyoyo. I mean the button on top Boyoyo, the clito. When you are trying to push it like you want it to touch the navel inside, bros, when you go slow and steady, you are going to make the woman ready for deep action. This causes deep secretion. This can create erosion inside the Boyoyo, and this can make the thing to start. When Boyoyo start, that sound is telling you Totoyo is ready
To receive.
for action. That can guarantee satisfaction during the act of totalization.
All right, guys. But coach, this information that you have, that you give out, I mean, sometimes when people book, or I mean, because you shared so much with us today, did you go to a school for it? How did you get this much information that has been helping, millions of people?
I'll give you 2 answers. They know they ask madman how they learn how to decrease. 1 and 2. I'm operating under grace. Why? Because I have the grace to take away disgrace in every man's bedroom. I'm actually waiting to tell the world that this is a mandate to save marriages, to make homes work. And this is my assignment. Someone else will have assignment to manage another aspect. So you are not going to question what grace has established. And you're not going to ask a madman where he learned how to be crazy. One thing is certain. Show me a man that has a problem. I will give him solution without drug and without concussion.
There you go. There you go. There you go. But sir, finance or romance without finance, they say it brings annoyance. If a man is not financially buoyant, do you think he can still enjoy sex? I mean, both himself and his wife. Because a lot of times you see men be like, oh, more money no day. But should that be enough for him not to perform well? How would or should a man manage that equation? Being romantic without being financially.
Remember I said something that wisdom is profitable to direct. When you don't have money, don't lack wisdom. That's why it's important to gain knowledge. So what I'm about to say is going to liberate somebody from the frustration of saying I don't have money, then you cannot be romantic. And for a woman that you are looking for a man that is romantic, please don't look for a man that is romantic. Look for a man that is empathic. A man that is empathic is going to be tolerant and understanding. And is going to be very accommodating. His romantic does not mean it's going to be tolerant and accommodating. Please take note of that. So now, it's not about romance and finance. It's about being intentional, not about being emotional. It's about understanding that relationship is transactional. And it has to be about a win-win situation. When you consider the 7 habits of highly effective people, you discover that one of the rules of the 7 habits of highly effective people is to create a win-win situation. To create a win-win situation, I will tell you, ask yourself, how do I add value to my partner? And how is my partner adding value to me? How can we both win in this association? So if you don't have money, have the common sense to support. Have the common sense to encourage. Have the common sense to be prayerful, to be there for a partner that the partner will know that you might not have money, but you assist in doing chores. You might not have money, you assist the children to do homework. You might not have money, you are understanding, accommodating, you are prayerful, you are supportive, and every other thing you do will count. Women, trust me, love money. They need money. But guess what? They want more than money. They want to be seen, be heard, be appreciated, and feel involved. Do you know so many men have money, but they make their women invisible? So many men have money, but they don't make their women to have a say or have a word. In my marriage, I'm not the authority of my marriage. But I'm older than my wife in age. Even my younger sister and younger brother senior my wife. But I'm not the authority of my marriage. I'll tell you something important. Do you know that when my wife gives me food, I tell her thank you. When I wake up in the morning, if now me fair gain consciousness, wake up, they walk, and she can't wake up, I'll say good morning first. It doesn't matter who says good morning first. Now, why did I say I'm not the authority of my marriage? Because the day we got married, we made the Holy Spirit the authority of our marriage. We are just vision carriers.
So I'm the head of this home.
I'm not the head of my marriage. I don't have the wisdom to be the head of my marriage. So when I say it's about being intentional, it's not about being romantic. It's not about finance. I'll tell you why. I've been married for 11 years. The first 3 to 4 years of my marriage, I was dead broke. My wife was the one earning money and feeding the family. My wedding was very big. Very, very big. My 5,000 naira was not in that wedding.
Wow.
My 5,000 naira was not there.
Because I actually had 64.
No. 2004.
In 2000s. Your wife is
Also,
special.
2004. Yeah, 2004. Now, why did I say this? There are special women out there too. Men just need to align themselves with the right women. We don't need to chase bomb. We need to chase purpose. Now, why did I say this? She was the one working. I was trying to build a brand. I was struggling on the ground. But she knew she was making the money. Each time they pay salary, she'll say, babe, they've paid. Because all the while, she gave me an ATM card to hold.
Hi.
Nosa Osasuyi, that is now Nosa Aigbe, gave me an ATM card to hold. Till date, I have an ATM card. But I'm making more money now.
Please, what state is your wife from?
She's been, it's not about the state. It's about being intentional. Having reason to have purpose in life and being intentional.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing I just thought about right now. Do you know that, before I talk about that, why did I have the ATM card? She said, please, in case you need to buy anything, in case you need to do anything, when people come for audition, you need to buy them drinks, you can use the ATM card. So one thing I said, wisdom is profitable to direct. I made sure she was not the one going to the market. I made sure she was not the one cooking. So before she comes back from work, the car that I had that my father gave me, I gave it to her to be using for work. I'll be entering bus. I will go to the market and carry 2 sacks. Because she was the one providing the money. I was going to the market. I've been married for 11 years. Evans is here. Till date, who goes to market? Evans, who goes to the market? I go to the market till date. I am known in many places. A lot of people know me. Even people when I want to buy things. See this man for TikTok. See this man for Instagram. I did buy things. I see they go market till date. Why? It is the foundation I have laid. That is not about who goes to the market. It's about being there and being supportive. Do you know that? Boss, she cooks now by herself. I had to stop cooking because I was using too much seasoning. Trying to make it sweet. So I was not cooking well. So she had to say, see this one, leave and make her the cook for you. The market, I appreciate you. My wife does not like stress. She does not like noisy places. So why should I push her into the market? Do you know, as I'm talking to you, people who know me can comment in the comment section. I am not a man that will tell my wife I must eat swallow. I don't even eat it. First, I went to Ibadan last week. That was the first time I ate amala.
Wow.
And I'll be 44 years old in 2 months. That was the first time I ate amala. Because I went on a trip to Ibadan. I said, let me taste amala.
This amala that they are shouting.
Bros, I ate it and I fell in love with amala. I said, thank God I ate it in Ibadan. Get home sometimes, I'll be so tired. I'll tell my wife, babe, Alpha, what did you cook? She said, I was not in the mood to cook. I'll say, don't worry. Just give me Gary.
Hi.
Up to yesterday evening, I stopped in the supermarket to buy groundnut because I said, babe, I'm coming home. This was around 9:30. Did you cook something? She said, no, she just told the kids to take noodle. That, do you want to eat anything? I said, don't worry, because I know that it will be stressful to tell her to cook around 9:30. My wife is not lazy. My wife is very strong, very powerful. And she's the brain behind my success, in case you don't know. She's the brain behind my success.
Thank you so much,
take note
madam.
of this thing I'm trying to tell you, boss. I entered the supermarket. I bought granuts. I go home. I begged her, I said, please now. She said she was stressed. I said, please, just let me put Gary and put milk. I added my granuts. She gave me water. I drank it. A man who earns so much from social media, a man who is known and famous.
You know, put time for it.
He has money in his hand. I told you yesterday, I spent so many dollars yesterday because of the money I had on me. But I had plenty of dollars, but I drank Gary yesterday in the night.
It doesn't change you.
It doesn't change me. I still woke up telling her I love you. Because it is not about what is happening. It's about what you make happen. It is about your perspective. So whatever knowledge you have about how marriages are running, that is a perspective. Have an alternative of it. So it's not about not having money in that marriage. That is why you are behaving the way you are behaving. What is your purpose? What is your vision? What is your goal? What do you want to change? Are you going to change the narrative? Are you going to create a paradigm shift? It's very important for you to know. Sir, no woman is perfect, but you can get the best out of any woman. I told somebody I was counseling yesterday on marriage that the day a man swallows his pride to take his wife as his equal and support the wife and become intentional about making that marriage work, that is the day that marriage will stop having problem.
And divorce cases won't
But see, unless it is life-threatening. Unless it is life-threatening. But if not disagreement, if one person swallow pride, marriage go work. So if the other person decides to be matured also.
When it comes to these age differences, because a lot of times we've seen a lot or more men older than their wives, older men marrying younger women. And as you've said, as the man grows up, is pinko gets weaker. How do you manage that kind of situation?
Okay. You see, one thing I must say to you. Every man should hear this now. Whether you're a good man, whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, no matter your status, no matter your religion, the moment you clock 40, 45, 50, there's what they call nitric oxide. That is the fuel that makes your pinko strong when you want to knock. It will drop halfway. Google what nitric oxide is. When nitric oxide gets lower, your libido gets lower. The strength of your pinko gets lower. And one of the factors that affects your nitric oxide level is the stress you go through. Stress creates the stress hormone called cortisol. What cortisol does, it depletes your nitric oxide level. Viagra was created to mimic what nitric oxide does. And you can boost your nitric oxide naturally. If you want to make your pinko strong, eat lots of vegetables. Spinach, ugu, ebanwo, ebumeke, ewedu, okazi, anything green, chop leaves like goat. You will not cry, man. It's madam that will do, You know why? Because greens are rich in nitrates that converts to nitric oxide because you can boost your nitric oxide. So as you get older, leave what does not give you value. Some of you run away from what can help you. You say akpu is smelling. Eat lots of akpu, the one that is smelling very well. Do you know why? Because of the fermentation process, it is rich because of probiotic touch in it. It's not probiotic. If you don't want to eat akpu, if you must take gari, not yellow gari, not just white gari, eat Ijebu gari. I'm a Benin man telling you to eat Ijebu gari. You see that one when they slap face, where they slap mouth, where they slap tongue, use and make a body chop. You know why? Because of the fermentation, that is probiotic for you. Eat unsweetened and unflavored yogurt. These are things that will boost your hormone production, that can boost your testosterone.
Thank you. You've heard that, though, guys. There's no excuse that na age difference, I'm thinking of something. No. You can't do that. But sir, there are a lot of relationship, quote unquote, experts out there. This CEO, that one, Aproko. Everybody has information that they are pushing garbage into the system and people are consuming. If you were to speak to both these coaches and the consumers, people consuming their information, what will you tell them? How will you advise them?
The people consuming the information
and
or
the people that
coaches?
Are producing this information?
Let the coaches know that we have a mandate to impact lives positively. It's not about fame. It's not about money making. It's about doing our quota to be blessings to families. It's not about title. So that is that. Be intentional about creating content that will outlive you. Content that somebody will have access to 50 years from now. The person will still learn something positive. The video that you are watching now, if you watch it again 50 years from now, it will still be meaningful to you. That is why you never see me talk about anything that is trending that will pass. When I open my mouth to speak, I make sure it is what people will listen to when I'm gone. It will become useful to them. If it won't be useful when I'm gone, there is no point opening my mouth to say it. So let's be intentional. Let's not be money driven. Let's impact lives. That is the mandate and responsibility we'll be given. Fame and knowledge is a responsibility to care for those that count on us, not just because they follow us. Then for those who have access to information, don't feel entitled. Don't abuse the knowledge. Verify what you hear. Get a second opinion and listen carefully. Don't follow any information blindly. Your health is your biggest wealth. So before you consume anything, apply wisdom, especially those of you that people pay influencers to talk about products, bitter this, bitter that. If you take those things, I did in the past, but I realized that it is not good and I chose to stop it. Don't chase what can cut your life short. It is better to live long than to last long on top of a woman and die young.
Clock it.
So please, whatever you hear, subject it to reasoning. On the internet, not about celebrities, not about coaches. On the internet, you'll find the good, the bad, and the ugly. Wisdom is profitable to direct. Please, apply wisdom in everything you do.
Coach Harrison, what will you say is the biggest lie that exists on social media that your knowledge has been able to bust the myths that's out there?
That everybody on social media is making big money. Not true. You see, a lot of people are jumping into creating content now. And they think once you start creating content, you start making money. The real truth is this. Those people, most of them don't make as much as they tell you they do. Some people do other things. I can tell you how much I make every month. And I can tell you the reality. Do you know I post 20 videos every day? 20 videos every day. People like my content. I get good views. Trust me, some people have lied to you. So if you want to make money online, this is what you need to do. Before you become a content creator, have a service to render. Have a product to sell. Don't rely on the social media platform to pay you. It is not easy to get monetized. Now, because of what I just said, for those of you who know that you can make so much money from YouTube, I will tell you the secret on how to get monetized on YouTube in less than 1 week, because I got monetized in 24 hours.
Wow.
I will tell you right now, so that it will be my own support for you, because I don't like to just talk without impacting people. That's why I gave the tip of the vegetables and all of those things I said. Now I'm going to tell you how to get monetized on YouTube very fast. Now, before I say that, if you have a service to render, use social media platform to drive traffic to the service you provide. For instance, I drop updates for free on social media. I get good engagement. If they like me, social media pay me. If they like me, they not pay me. But it gives me credibility. It gives me access to audience. And it gives me room for people to book consultation, because I render the service of consultation to impact lives and make pinko to become strong, and for a man to last long, and for Onyoyon to bring out water. That is, I have service to render.
Yes.
If you are just the person that wants to just be dancing on social media, by the time you go viral, what service do you want people to pay for?
What are they going to pay for? Exactly.
So that is where the problem comes. Are you a writer? Go and teach people how to write. Are you a singer? Can you play keyboard? Write your book and teach people how to play keyboard. Do some. You must have something to sell. Don't rely on social media to pay. If they pay you, it's an added stream of income. Now, how can you blow very fast on YouTube and get monetized very fast? Create a 1 hour content. Make sure it's intriguing. Make sure it's the content that you see. Now you're watching this video. You like what I'm saying. Do you know if this was 1 hour, you can watch it for 1 hour? Just imagine 4,000 people watching him for 1 hour. That's 4,000 hours of watch time. Easy. Make it engaging from beginning to the end for nothing less than 1 hour. Make sure it is catchy, impactful. I spoke about knacking. Secrets on how people can knack well and make a woman release very fast. All the people that watched it, 7,000 people watched it in 1 day. I got monetized in 1 day. So come up with something for 1 hour content. I told another person, the person did it. I've told 5 people they've done it and it worked for them. Get the watch hours and trust me, you will not regret it.
So you said something that if you had the opportunity, you want to speak to the world, like Nigerians, for free. What are the things that you think, or how do you think the government can come into supporting or creating a structure to support what you are doing?
Sir, to be honest with you, 90% of the people who want my service cannot afford it. And it breaks my heart. The reason is because the research I do to make sure nobody takes drug, to make sure nobody takes concussion is expensive for me. I have staff to pay. It's not cheap to create content, to buy equipment. I've invested over 20 million. Posting videos on social media, people are watching for free. Social media platform will decide whether they will pay you well or not. Do you understand?
Or yank it
so
off.
Now you will not decide to like, okay, how do I create a balance? But do you know that I actually don't want to be paid to save another man's Gbola? Do you know why? If a man gets his Gbola esteem back, what you call self-esteem, I call it Gbola esteem. If a man gets his Gbola esteem back and his marriage is working and he's happy, the wife is fulfilled, the home is working, we are going to reduce the kind of children that people produce that become agberos. Homes will stay intact. We'll reduce the rate at which many homes are broken. Now, all I just need, if government or an individual can say, I will give you a hall in Ikeja, in Surulere. I actually got a hall in Surulere. They said it's 150,000 naira a day. Sorry, yeah, a day, 150,000 naira a day. I wanted to have it for like 4 times in a month and call people, come, I want to teach all of you how to knack well for free. But when I calculated the money, I thought about sustainability. I said, God, I need a sponsor to take care of that place. Or let somebody just say, come and use the hall of my hotel. Come and be talking to people. Do you know we actually registered the ministry? God called me to do this, bro.
I don't doubt it, because if not,
it's called Couples Intimacy Revival Ministry. Check it in CAC. Couples Intimacy Revival Ministry. I want to teach couples to bond strongly, not just about knacking. Build intimacy with God and build intimacy with your partner, so that marriage can work. Let's raise children that are intentional, children that are, Oga, to be honest with you, I want government to give me a space to educate people for free. That's all I need from government. Government, you don't need to pay me. Government, you don't need to pay me. You don't need to bring cash. Give me a hall. Or if there's any individual, you can give me a hall that I can use once a week to teach people for free. I'll gladly do that. Because if I say, let me do it online, I have approximately over 1.6 million followers that are organic on all social media platforms put together. If I want to talk online, sir, I will get tired of talking for all the hours, one. Then two, the cost of running light, generator, solar power, data, it's not easy.
It's too much.
Give me a hall. I will show up and I will educate people. I will make many marriages work. I will revive plenty Gbola. No drug, no concussion. Plenty Kponyoyon will bring out water in marriages.
So as we wrap up, I mean, let me first ask, do you still have critics? Like people to still criticize what you do now?
Okay, to be honest, if nobody talks about you, then you're a nobody.
I agree.
Two-Face TV has said that.
Yes.
See, the truth is people will talk. Remember I told you I'm over 40?
Yeah.
It's not about what people say. It's about what God says about you. You know, a lot of people who are the ones condemning you or saying bad things about you are the ones who save what you do, and they love what you do, and they hope to be like you. So it is not about the naysayers. It's about your conviction and your purpose. If it glorifies God that another man has stopped masturbation and has stopped sleeping around, a man told me he was going to sleep with another girl to test his Gbola. I said, no, don't. Let me teach you how to make it strong and how to make your wife enjoy you, so that you don't commit adultery. What have I done? I have fulfilled the commandments. You think God is not proud of that? It's about what God thinks, not about what you think, not about what I think. I'm not going to live for people. I'm too old for that. Look at gray hair on my head. You think it's dye? If I worried about what people were thinking when I was 20, how much debit or credit did I get? Nothing. So it is about living for a purpose. I'm already going to be 44 in 2 months. How many years remember I clock 60? Is this about people? It's about mandate fulfillment to glorify God. It might be about a topic that people are not comfortable with, but I have pastors who follow me. I have pastors who have called to ask. Pastors have booked for sessions to make their Gbola strong. Because if you turn your bedroom to boardroom and you always tell your wife stories, it will shock you. Do you know that some pastors' wives are buying a knacking toy to use because organo the green knack? See, there is a time in a woman's life that she will desire penetration and you are not available. If she doesn't want to cheat, she will start thinking of what to do. So we need to reduce the level at which the devil are giving people reason to want to make mistake. If we sweep knacking or anything that concerns knacking talk off the table to address it well and do it right and sweep it off where light can reach so that people can gain the knowledge of light, because knowledge is light. If we sweep it into the dark, the devil will have a chance to create misconception in the minds of people and make people commit sin and do the wrong thing. It is time the church, doctors, parents, government starts educating people right about intercourse. It is not about penetration or duration, it's about connection. It's about commitment. It's about discipline.
Coach Harrison, I know that if we continue asking you questions, you keep impacting lives. But something that I want our global audience to know is that this is not a trend. It's not trying to go viral. It is a ministry that God has given Coach Harrison. And in the nearest future, I believe that this is going to go even beyond this space that we're talking about. It's going to be a global world where it will be going from countries to countries, nations to nations, physically. Coach Harrison, thank you so much for joining us and educating, passing information and knowledge to people for free on this platform. So we'll come your way next time. Thank you so much, Blue Ridge Microfinance Bank, for giving us this opportunity to reach our audience. So we'll come your way next time. Peace.
Thank you.